self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, fuck you and everybody else. I'm Mr. Palmer, self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, fuck you and everybody else. Yo. Shout out to the Baby Mama Terrorist Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what I want to say is Happy New Year's to everybody. This is the first video for 2021. And I would like to say that 2020 was an interesting year. It was. More Baby Mama terrorists arise. More Baby Mama terrorists try to shut me down. More Baby Mama terrorists try to set me up for failure. It ain't going to happen. And then you got the rise of the simp enforcers who sit back and cater and put the cape on, white knight and all that jive. But that's okay. Because like I said, when I start to see people's true colors and see people's true agendas, I just keep them veins cold and continue to do me and stay away from the garbage. And that's what you got to do. And I like to say prayers to a lot of fathers who were disappointed for not seeing their child for Christmas, New Year's Eve. I like to give prayer to y'all. But I did an interview yesterday with Coach Greg Adams on New Year's Day. That was a great show. And I realized from doing an interview that a lot of men do not tell their stories. They do not talk about their situation. They keep it on the back burner. Yes, they go on their own way. Yes, they now have taken the red pill. Yes, they now living the free agent lifestyle. Yes, they now thinking for themselves and so on. But you'll be surprised on who going through child support, dealing with a baby mama terrorist, and some who have been dealing with a baby mama terrorist in the past. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's why I'm in my own lane, because we as men as a whole need to talk about it. You'll be surprised the person you've been knowing for all these years, you've been kicking it with, hanging with, going to church with or whatever, to find out that he is alienated from seeing his child, or he was put on child support for a fair relationship. He's going through it with a baby mama terrorist, or even went through it. And the sad part about it, a lot of men will continue not to say nothing. Some, not because they scared, they don't want no problem, but you got a lot of them that don't. I don't want no problems. I don't want to make it worse than it had to be. Just pay your child support. No, you got some that just say, the hell with it. Just pay it. Let it go on the back burner. I'm just gonna live my life. Yeah, you live your life. You change your ways. You do better for yourself. But you tell your story. Because how will others learn that's coming up in this world that want to be men, that want to be alphas, that don't want to be raised by a piece of shit baby mama terrorist, if they don't even know what a baby mama terrorist is? See, a lot of us was raised by baby mama terrorists and we didn't recognize what a baby mama terrorist was until after the fact, when we went through it, or after the fact when you finally met your father, he told you the truth, or you see your friends or whatever. And a lot of times it's too late. Don't give the baby mama terrorist a dime. Pay your child support. And like I told you, this year, yeah, I'm gonna call out these baby mama terrorists. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this system. I'm gonna tell his stories of what's going on, exposing them. But it's also gonna be about change the laws in your mind. You got the society way of doing things, and you gotta do it your way. And here's the thing: when you're going to court and you're dealing with a baby mama terrorist, first of all, if you go on to child support because of a failed relationship, she's a baby mama terrorist. I don't care about she was just in her feelings at the moment, because anytime she get out of her feelings, all she got to do is go back and say, take them off child support. So what they try to do, they put you on child support, set you up for failure. When they see that you ain't going, or they see you still take care of your kids and everything, then they want to be cool with you. And then they want to get to the point where y'all can still ask for each other's favor. Well, her asks you for favors. You don't ask her for a damn thing. So she want to know if you'll pay half of the school tuition, even though you're paying $1,000 a month. She want to know if you can give half on a chicken wing because she bought it. She feel that you should pay it too, because we both created these kids. But when it comes to child support, or when it comes to equal parenting time, you don't get those things. You get every other weekend and one day out the week for 4 hours. You don't get equal parenting time. And she tried to use that, as her leverage. So if she ever have to go back to court to set you up for failure because you owe back child support, oh well, since you ain't gonna buy that, I'm taking you back to child support and and get you for your rearage. I ain't say nothing at first because you was doing what I say, but since now you saying no for the first time, I'm gonna have to show you how I can get down. You do not negotiate with a baby mama terrorist. So this year is also focused on changing laws in your mind. And this is a prime example of the clips. There's two clips I'm gonna show you that's on TikTok. Yes, I got a TikTok. I finally started posting on there. I've been having it, but I finally started posting it about 3 weeks now or a month. And guess what? It already blew up to over 4,000 followers. Them baby mama terrorists over there really hate me. And you talk about simp enforcers, them are the most simps out of all social media that I have dealt with. Even with Facebook, I had over 136,000 followers and likes. But the majority of these simp enforcers, TikTok. Baby mama terrorists to the fifth power, TikTok. Not gonna lie to you, but I can understand because TikTok started out with all kids, and most of the kids was allowed to be on there because of they baby mama terrorist mothers. So of course they on there doing what they do best. So I'm not even surprised. So here's a situation. It was back in 2012, in December 11th. Well, father thought that because he bought land and also got a house built from the ground, cost over $478,000. He thought that doing that, and the judge allowed. He signed also the mother can get it, baby mama terrorist, for the kid. And of course he did it for the kids. He didn't do it for her. He did it because he wanted his kids to have a roof over their head. But guess what? By him spending all that money, the $478,000, he was not the best man when it came to that child support. Because of that, he was behind, I believe, $34,000. And because of that, he went to jail. Yes, he went to jail. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he asked the judge, well, how am I gonna take care, how am I gonna pay child support if I'm getting locked up? And the judge tell him, hey, basically figure it out. That's on you. Should have paid child support. And it's very unfortunate. But I want y'all to check out this video clip. It's two of them because with TikTok you can only put up a minute. And the reason why I post it on TikTok because people need to understand no man is exempt no matter what color you are. That's all to it. So let's get down with this shit.
The house, I paid $235,000 to purchase, and you have the documentation to show that in Exhibit B. And I paid $230,000 to build it. That's $465,000. You had it signed.
$465,000 is what he spent for the house and the land. He built it from the ground for his kids and the baby mama terrorists. And the judge signed off approving this. So of course, he thinking that that's gonna pay his child support because $1,500 a month when you go by 18 years and all that, it equals and actually is more than enough. But this where he gets shut down. I don't know if he had a lawyer, and if he had a lawyer, that dumbass lawyer. Well, I'm not gonna say dumbass lawyer because your own lawyer work for that judge, work for the courts. They all against you when it's all said and done. These lawyers know that you're gonna lose. They know you ain't got a leg to stand on. They tell you, well, you'll get your paying time, but you still got to pay child support. You rarely find a lawyer who's out there trying to bust their ass to get you equal parenting or get you primary custody. Most of the guys who be bragging about, oh, I got primary custody because they had a low life baby mama terrorist who got DCFS involved, physical abuse. She's a drug addict. She out there in the streets. She got mental issues and is on paper and everything else. She's a threat to the kids. She didn't want the kids. She not a low life, but she worked a good job and she got the best career. She don't have time to take care of no kids. See, them the ones who usually get primary custody. You know what I'm saying? Or you got some that actually played the game right. They took her to court. He had a kid for so many months, and he played her before she played him. So when a lot of these cats be bragging about that, don't entertain it, because it's not like they walking in, they got it. Now, true indeed, you got you a man who got good money, got a good lawyer, that lawyer paying that judge to keep him in office or something like that, political judge, then yeah. But he paid a lot of money, and it was a money game, and that chick didn't have enough money to keep it going. So it's a lot of factors. So when somebody be bragging about, you just don't want to be a father, I got my custody and all that, don't entertain that, brother. And fathers who do got primary custody, all that bragging about shit, you need to teach, not brag. That's what these baby mama tears whores do. Let's continue.
Over on my behalf, so I'm under the impression that I'm paid. If I'm not, then that's news to me.
That you're paid for child support?
Yes, sir, that would exceed all child support. $1,500 a month, as Attorney Casas stated, $1,500 a month times 12 is whatever that works out to be.
Right.
Now, this where the lack of knowledge come in. He actually thought buying a house would eliminate child support. I understand the logic. He's actually telling the truth from spending all that money, and he thought that was doing the right thing. You know, best dad in the world, dad duty. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Yes, boss, I did everything I could, sir. And guess what happened? The judge finna shut that down and say, yeah, you did all that, but you still didn't pay your child support. What they always say when you give the baby mama tears money out of pocket and you fight in the court saying I did take care of my child, and you didn't have a check or money order saying child support, what do they say? It's a gift. So basically what you did, sir, you gave her a gift and got a house. And of course, like I say, you did it for your child. You did it for the child. But when you're dealing with child support, they don't care about your child. They don't care about that baby mama terrorist. They care about that money. That baby mama terrorist care about that money. This was a married guy who was divorced, y'all. And y'all sit back and say, you should have been married and all that, do it the right way, pick better. It's a white man. And you know, since a lot of these queens say white man is the gods, they the kings. And he set up for failure. White men get it the worst, y'all. White men pay the most money. We all get screwed in the system, but when, you know, a lot of people try to say, well, you know, white man got it good compared to us when it comes to this child support, we get raped up the ass. Nah, bro, they get screwed the most. So let's continue and let's watch how this judge shut it down.
If that
times 10 years before my daughter turns 18 would be
if that position is not correct, sir.
How much?
$34,436.
I have no possible way to pay that. I have no checking account. They closed them. I went to the bank yesterday. Account number 6901 has a negative $21 million.
Now, these judges do not give a damn about what's closed. You're struggling. You lost your job. Hell, COVID. You ain't paying your child support. You bought a house, $500,000 house. You did everything you were supposed to do as a man, as a father. They don't give a damn about that. And this is a white male judge shutting down another white man. It does not matter when it comes to these courts. Now I'm gonna show you part 2. You're gonna see him where he basically getting locked up. He made that father sit his ass down like he couldn't believe it. Like, what the fuck? He was actually sitting there like this. He couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. So let me get to it, and then I'll put that up. And like I tell y'all, you have to keep your veins cold. You want to do for your kids. You want to be there for your kids. You want to spend what you can on your kids. When you're dealing with these baby mama tears, you got to think wisely. You at war. You in the trenches. They're going to set you up for failure, and these judges going to aid assist. They don't give a damn about what you bought her. They don't give a damn about what you paid the kid. They don't give a damn about none of that. You pay your child support. And when you're dealing with a baby mama terrorist, like I tell y'all, you can't co-parent with a baby mama terrorist. And what y'all need to stop doing, stop buying extra stuff for them. And if they want to use that, oh, you a deadbeat because you don't want to pay half of what she decided to spend on, didn't talk to you at all, didn't make no agreement, then that's her problem. And if the kid want to fall for it and say you never did nothing, then so be it. You keep them veins cold because most of the manipulated ass kids gonna say you ain't shit anyway because she said so. And no matter what you do, if you only get every other weekend, unless you have a real bond with that child and that child happen to be a thinker, raised the red pill, then they're not going. But majority of fathers get screwed by this system and they've been paying child support from day one, ain't said nothing, ain't kept their mouth shut, and they still labeled a deadbeat and low life, and the kids don't fuck with them. And they grown now. You keep your veins cold, man. You don't give no bitch extra nothing.
Is the arrearage due for the child support? If the $4,500 cash bill is not paid, you will be held, and I will schedule a further hearing, a further show cause hearing in this matter in 30 days. If you are still, sir, if you are incarcerated, I will have another show cause hearing in 30 days to review the incarceration. Sir, if you want to address the court, you have to stand with us.
Now, like you said, you're gonna be locked up, and your bond will be the $4,500 initial payment to get you out of jail. If you don't have a cash bond, which is the $4,500, you'll have to do 30 days in jail. And what end up happening is, in his situation, which a lot of them go through, but in this situation, what happens is he go back to court, and it's up to the judge to decide on let him stay in jail or let him out. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna pay that money, he's not letting you out. And it's a benefit to the courts because as long as you locked up, that means you can't pay child support. You can't pay child support, that means you got arrears tacking on. You got a lot of arrears, you got a lot of interest that's gonna be charged into your account, your debt, your bill, and whenever you pay it, it's going all to the family court system. Baby mama Terrors get hers, and the court system get theirs. So they don't care how long you be locked up. And even if they don't get the money from the child support, then they're gonna get money from you slaving in jail. You know, making gym shoes and toys and everything else they make in there. Cheap labor. So either way, they're good. And either way, you set up a failure. And either way, the baby mama Terrors live like kings. Let's continue.
Thank you.
If you throw me in jail, how would I possibly, what's the show cause hearing going to say? Did you tell me in jail that I haven't paid? Because how am I supposed to pay when I'm in jail?
We will address the next show cause hearing at the next show cause hearing, sir. You are in custody, the court officer, but
that judge didn't want to hear nothing he had to say. And evidently he didn't have a lawyer because he was there by himself. And like I tell y'all, if y'all gonna go to court, I say, why get a lawyer? Especially a lawyer that's not gonna guarantee a benefit for you and a change. You know, this father evidently loved his kids and was trying to do the best he could and try to do it the right way, so he thought. What you have to do, man, you have to know your laws. You cannot assume that they're gonna look out for you and for your best interest. The best interest is theirs. The baby mama Terrors, theirs. And what you have to do, pay your child support so you don't go to jail, so you don't lose your license, so you don't lose your passport, anything else that you can lose by not paying that child support. When you sign that agreement, because that's what they get you on, the agreement, they don't tell you the penalties. You only learn that as time goes on when you go through it or somebody else tell you their sob story. And you do not give no baby mama Terrors a dime. You do not go half, you don't give her nothing. You pay that child support, that's all you're required to do. When you have your kids, you do for your kids. But you don't negotiate and do nothing extra for a baby mama Terrors because you call that, oh, I'm gonna do it to shut her mouth and all that shit. Nah, because you ain't doing it but gassing her up that, yeah, I got this dude, and whatever I do what I see fit, and when I decide to set him up for failure, I will. Oh, you got married? Oh, it's on. I'm going back to court. You got rich. Or, oh, you got another kid? Oh, okay. I'm finna increase your child support because I know you got more money. And so on. Don't even entertain. You keep them veins cold, man. And stay away from these simple forces that tell you, nah, bro, you should always do for your kids. Nah, you doing for the courts. So don't be like this guy, buying houses, messing up your credit, $478,000, and you thought you were doing the right thing, because doing the right thing when it comes to these baby mama terrorists will set you up for failure. And men, do not give no, baby, if you ain't been in child support, you're not going through child support, and you want to give her money, you think giving her money shutting her mouth is not a benefit, bro. Because what's going to happen is, as soon as y'all get on bad terms, she take you to court, she's going to say you never did enough for that child. And when you say, yes, I did, sir, this is all the stuff I bought, here's my receipts. 9 times out of 10, that judge is going to say it's not a gift. A few judges will say, oh, okay, and dismiss it. Don't worry about the rearage. But most likely, the rearage they get is the benefit for them. So why not? Make sure you give her a check, money order, or you give her a cashier check. Do not give her money. Do not give her cash. Matter of fact, don't even give her a check, and I'm gonna tell you why. Coach Greg Adams said that in his story. You give her a check, she can cash that check whenever she feel like it, right? So each time you give her a check, she hold on to it. Then that one day, you might have gave her $1,000 worth. Next thing you know, your whole account is wiped out. So don't give her a check. I apologize. You could give a check, put child support. The courts will honor it, but they don't have to cash that check until they feel like it. Cashier check or money order. Don't even do a check, because they'll hold on to it. They that spiteful and do it when they feel like it. Do it, and when they take their money out, they do it at the wrong time in most situations. Now it's negative and all that jive. So do not give a baby mama terrorist no money out of your pocket. She got you on child support, you pay your child support. Well, Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. You already know what it is.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer. Oh, Mr. Palmer, self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, fuck you and everybody else.